Hey guys, so two new moves I'm gonna try to attempt starting today. So usually the first couple sessions are a bit brutal because you see the obvious mistakes, and then after that it's a series of fine tuning. But I just want to show you the first move I want to copy. So here's Messi cutting to the inside. Okay, and then here's me trying to do it. All right. Okay, so let's just see the starting position. You'll see Messi, he first, touches it like with the outside of his left foot, as he normally would. This is kind of the same motion as you would, as say if he's feinting to his right. He extends his right leg and would drop that shoulder. But so you'll see, he does the same motion. He jumps up and then comes down, and then as he's coming down or at the top of the apex of the jump, he's touching the ball. So as I mentioned before, that's actually quite helpful because since you're already up in the air, if say the defender is closer and he lunges in, you can instantly auto correct it. You just stomp your foot down, then move your foot. If you're going down like more like this way or like diag or laterally, you'd have to wait for that momentum to stop before you make that movement. But here, since you're going down and that foot's already up in the air, if you see an adjustment you need to make, you can quickly stomp that foot down and then, maybe roll the ball or knock it to the side. Okay, so going on, after he touches the ball, you see instead of, usually he'll go about a bit further out there, especially if he's trying to lunge, but so here he does one step, two steps, and then three steps before going to the side. So that's what I always thought. I just think one, two, three after I touch it. So he touches it, and then three stutter steps. One, two, three, and then he goes off. So let's just see how I do it in closer detail. So after I touch, I do that. I try to jump. You see my foot's about to come off the ground, and then it's bent. Then I'll try to do my first stutter step. Now, here's the first step I do. Here's Messi's. So you see my foot's quite a bit closer to the ball, so it probably needs to be back a little bit. So too used to extending forward, so you need to do that. And also you see me bent. It seems I'm a lot more bent inside. Messi. If you look at closer detail, he doesn't really turn his hips too much one way. It's if you look a bit closer, it kind of looks like he's going left to right, like in very minute fashions, and I find he's very efficient of a dribbler. Like some players like Hazard, they might be a lot more overt and try to shake their body, like swing their leg, but the movement might just be enough. So again, a bit like as soon as I stutter step, I'm trying to tell the defender I'm going to cut inside. That's why I'm curve inside. But I gotta try going more or less straight, and then maybe just doing more subtle zigzag movements as a stutter step. Okay, so this is the first of the stutter step. Now let's go to the second one. Again, so you can see it kind of looks awkward now, bent over way more than Messi, and also I'm turned way to the inside, so that seems a little unnecessary because you'll see in Messi's video the defender kind of going this way. So my reasoning was cutting inside is because I want to tell the defender I'm gonna cut inside this way, but as you see, Messi doesn't really turn his hips overtly too much. It's just if anything, it's a lot more subtle. Okay, so this is the second stutter step going on to the third one. You see as Messi touches with his right foot. So instead of, he actually turns out to the outside to prepare to, cut down the line. So I think I kind of do the opposite. You see, I'm already turned inside, but as I go in, instead of my foot going this way and then turning as Messi would, um, you see I have my hips still turned in, and then I go. So again, I gotta it's not like a broken record, but it got to go a bit more straight, and maybe not worry too much about turning my hips overall, and I can experiment just maybe like little subtle like zigzag motions. Okay, so here's another clip of Messi, cutting to the inside or down the line of the defender. So let's go ahead and play the clip. All right, here's me trying to do it. Okay. Okay, so you see at this point, as he's about, to touch with the outside of his foot, he almost kind of like this little hop to the side of the ball, just a little bit, just hop to the side. So that's what I think what I try to attempt here. Kind of facing this way, and then trying to like curve my hop to be there. Okay, so I think it's important to actually note the hop. So let's just play this a bit slower again. See, both his feet are more or less off the ground, and then they both land here. So this is his ending position, and his starting position is kind of more or less over here. So you notice what I do is, the natural tendency is go left foot, right foot, left foot. So you see me sticking out my right foot, and then my left foot is still over here. And then I bring my left foot here, where instead of, Messi, he's kind of like bringing them both together. So that's what I gotta figure in the next training session. You kind of see as a result. I've mentioned before, I'm not just too sure if it'd be vital here, but Messi's like, it's not stretched out too much. It's a little bit slanted, but it's a lot more perpendicular than mine is. Seems mine's like, kind of kicked out this way, so it could have something to do with losing control. Okay, and here's the part where Messi touches the ball with the outside of the foot, and as I mentioned before, he kind of does a little bit of a hop. You see his right foot's up the air, and hits it on his way coming down. So as he touches, you see him like turning. Excuse me. As he touches with the outside, you see him like turning it this way, and then almost like he's gonna open his body to go this way before knocking it to the side. So as you see me, I was trying to do the same thing. Trying to could have done a bit of more of a hop, but maybe given the circumstances and that hop, doing that pre-hop, maybe not. But I was trying to do that. Yeah, it's a little bit off. And then as I come in, trying to knock it to the side. So I think I really want to focus this part here. Okay, so you can kind of see my right foot. It's like angled too much to the side, and at this point, Messi's is already up there. So my intention is like, oh, I really gotta turn in to make sure the defender thinks I'm gonna go that way. But that might again not be too necessary. I just follow Messi's example and do it most efficiently. And as I play the clip, you see how far my foot is away from the ball. It's like maybe like a foot and a half away, and you see Messi. So after he touches it, you see like it's no more than like maybe a few inches away from the ball at all times. So so it's like like maybe half a foot away at most. So like since I'm like so far away, there's enough time for me to knock the ball, so that gives the defender enough time to adjust since I'm already far away from the ball. So yeah, those are a couple things you need to work on.